Hello, government students. This is Mrs. Politsky, and we're going to take a look at notes for Chapter 13, Section 3, Appeals. So, anytime we talk about a case that has been through a trial court, once that case has been through that court, uh, then the case has a possibility of having appeals. Appeals are basically going back and saying that there might have been something wrong with the case as far as maybe how evidence was handled or some procedures that took place. Needless to say, there are certain processes that have to happen when we talk about appealing a case, especially when we talk about appealing a case to the Supreme Court. And what I want to do is kind of walk through some of this. What we've got here is a diagram talking about the different ways that a case could be appealed to the Supreme Court. First area that we have here, if I can remove this, there we go, is as a case is being appealed, people that are at the appellate level of the courts, which is kind of the second layer within the court system, the judicial system, they might look at the case and they determine that the case doesn't necessarily fit the needs as far as being appealed, and they will dismiss the case. Okay, but if the case is accepted, then they're going to issue this wonderful Latin phrase known as the writ of certiorari. What this basically means is the case is going to be submitted, but what's going to happen is this writ is going to require that any previous transcripts or any kind of testimony records or evidence that has happened at the lower level, okay, at the first level or the first court that heard this case, has to be brought up to the appellate level. Okay, that could be boxes and boxes of legal documents that has to be submitted. Okay, once those documents are submitted, they have to be gone or go through, and usually there will be a team of people that will look at these records. It is possible that once these records have been reviewed, the case is going to be rejected, meaning that they can't find any reason for appealing the case. But it is also possible that the case could be accepted for consideration. And if the case is accepted for consideration, there are some things that have to happen. Okay, first, if we would go on down here, there are fewer than 4 justices that accept the case, then the case is going to be rejected. Okay, if there are more than 4 justices that accept this case, then the case is going to move on. And what could happen is once it moves into this appeals process, those judges will look at this case and they will decide that they need to return the case back to the lower court for a new decision. Okay, they could also do number 6, and that is the case is going to be announced with what we call a per curiam decision, which is basically an unsigned opinion by these justices. Okay, typically these are justices on the Supreme Court that are going to be looking at that. All right, and then finally, the case is going to go for full consideration by the court. Very few cases ever get this far. Matter of fact, the Supreme Court does a really good job of trying to limit the number of cases that they actually do here to those that are the most important, because they do take a lot of bit of time and effort to kind of to review and to write about them. So needless to say, that is the process. Thank you very much.